a friend to tell a friend. Come kick it with us. Okay. The elements being. We elemental beings. I feel the energy of the mothers. Okay. There's a lot of mothering energy here. Someone's connected to something very strong. Checking the temperature. We checking the energy in the room. Checking out the energy. Tap in, join us. Welcome everyone. Join us. We are just feeling the energy right now. Okay? Tap in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We got something to talk about today. We elemental beings, for anyone new here, welcome. Okay? We send you so much light and love. Thank you for joining our live. We hope you guys are in positive spirits, attracting everything you desire like a magnet. Because who could do it better than you, boo? Nobody. Right? It's like that kind of energy. Okay? We're coming through with some live downloads. Okay? As well as a energy oracle card reading. Okay? Make sure you guys take the message how it resonates and leave what doesn't. And be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend, okay?
Yes.
Your everyday favorite spirit guys. We here. What's up?
Tribe,
Okay.
how's everyone doing?
Oh, hold on, y'all. We got to smile.
Okay. So I pray everyone is in good spirits and with good spirits. I'm here to do some downloads. Before we step in, we're going to purify. By water, we connect with spirit through pure intent.
Happy Halloween! What are you guys dressed up as today?
Right.
I'm just me right now. You know?
And catch us a little later. We're gonna be in alter ego mode.
Okay.
Old man Ori. Okay, so I got a couple downloads for TikTok, and we probably just go through them real quick.
Welcome, everyone. So before he gets into the downloads, okay? I heard the name Brittany, Jordan, Carla, Shane, and Aubrey. This could be significant here,
Whoa.
okay? I also seen the number 44, so you could be 44 years old, okay? There's something about a gray kitten, okay? Someone just got a new gray kitten, okay? And maybe you just bought the kitten a toy or something, but there's something about a gray kitten here.
A black truck. Somebody just got a black truck.
Okay, and yeah, there's also something about a egg McMuffin sandwich. You could have treated yourself to this for breakfast this morning, and maybe you don't normally eat McDonald's, but someone ate an egg McMuffin.
I'm saying somebody with like a lot of clutter in your kitchen. I'm saying like a Dawn bottle, but it might be empty. So you might want to go ahead and jump on top of it. But nevertheless, we got some downloads, and we're gonna jump right into them. I'm gonna put number 2 as number 1 because number 2 it resonates. It didn't come out as one. I'm gonna hold number 1. Hold that spirit. So, settling for something that God did not approve of shows up in your life as loss and disappointment.
That's real.
Now, working with something in your life that God did approve of also shows up as loss and disappointment. So, how do I tell? Right? Look around you. Are the things around you growing, as in spirit, finances, kids, knowledge, wisdom? Or are the things around you dying? And I say that because whichever way you choose to go is gonna pretty much show up as loss and disappointment. Because when you choose to walk upright, or you choose to move into your north node, you suffer great loss and disappointment. Because some things you just don't want to let go of.
Right, they can't go.
Yeah, and to let them go, it's like you suffer loss. It's like you don't. It's not like you approach it like, well, I want to let these things go, and then in the other. But when you do go through that kind of loss and disappointment, it amounts to growth and it amounts to healing. Now, when you reverse it, and you dealing with something that God did not approve of, and you begin to suffer loss and you begin to suffer disappointment, it's not growing you, and nothing around you is growing.
Right.
Like it'll because something that God didn't approve of is going to work its way into your life. It's going to show up in your children, right? That leads me to another part of this download. As a chosen one, I feel Spirit is wanting you to be careful who you leave your children around.
That's real.
Man, High Priestess was just having a conversation, right? And we were talking about how as children, people might have had resentment for our parents. So, here goes the babysitter that's watching your kid,
right,
but has resentment for you. The weird shit that they do in front of the child. We were speaking about some of it, like as a child, I would literally watch people go through a procession of different emotions, and I would wonder, like, well, do they not like me, or they don't like my mother?
Right, like what's wrong with these people?
Yeah, so it gets very weird. So Spirit is wanting you to watch who you leave your children in the presence. God be the wisdom for them.
And sometimes, I feel like this is necessary to say. Sometimes people don't physically do things to our children, but they do things mentally, like talking on the phone about adult things in front of our children, or, saying spiteful, hateful things in front of our children on the phone, those kind of things.
I could tell you about a small incident that amounted to trauma in my young life. I had a babysitter one time, and when it came down to filling my cup up with juice, she had a couple kids that she used to watch. She would fill my cup up this much, right, purposely, every time. So it was like I would eat peanut butter and jelly, and I would eat ham, cheese sandwiches, and I would not. And she would give me this little bit of juice, and it would be so uncomfortable. And I would watch the other children drink juice, and it was because she had resentment towards my mom. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta watch it. Like it be really weird like that. If you look at what I just said, that's very weird. But it was very traumatizing. As a kid, I'm like, so at lunch I'm just ready to get this half a cup of juice or whatever it's gonna be, and she gonna make me lay down on it. So Just begin to watch it. And like I said, loss and disappointment, we all gonna face it.
That's real.
Is it gonna work for you or is it gonna work against you? If you choosing things that God sent for you, you're gonna lose and you're gonna have disappointment, but it's gaining you.
It's a greater gain, you
Yeah.
know? It's a greater gain because a lot of times, all the time, you know, the things that God removes from us are necessary for growth.
Right.
You know, in order for something to be born, there has to be space, right? So I feel like, you know, that's necessary.
Yeah. It reminds me of what Paul said when he was like, to die is gain. Like to live is Christ, but
That's
to die
right.
is gain.
That's
Like
right.
to so that kind of energy. Number 2, confusion and controversy is being used to create a place in you where doubt can attack you.
That's real.
Confusion and controversy. But I want you to look at the energy that fuels both of these words. Evil, or whatever you call it, the evil one or the evil, it has 2 powers, to tempt and accuse you. Confusion and controversy is nothing but the energy of tempting and accusing, right? So when you go in confusion and you in controversy, what it's doing is disorganizing you first,
That's right.
and then it's disorganizing the atmosphere or the environment that you move in, because the controversy is set amongst people, right? So that's what the enemy uses, and what it does is, it once you become a strong person, it can't affect the way you're gonna move. If you're gonna choose the energy that's higher for you,
That's right.
or you're gonna choose love, a lot of the stuff, it won't penetrate love.
That's right.
But what it will do is it will begin to create a space in you where you start doubting, right? And doubt is a major entity. So when doubt, it attacks you.
That's
right?
real, because you know, when doubt comes in, that's when the spirit of procrastination comes in, right? Because if you're doubting yourself, then you start procrastinating on the things you need to do, and
No doubt.
you know that the spirit of procrastination can become laziness, right?
Yeah.
And that's a terrible spirit that we fall into, you know, because you know, as chosen ones, there's always work we have to be doing, so we don't have time to be procrastinating or lazy, right?
And it reminds me, as we was just saying, I said no doubt. I think I was kind of channeling a lingo from my childhood, because when I was growing up, y'all,
doubt.
yeah, all of the, and you know what, no doubt, it meant something back then. Like when I was young and I would hear the older guys be like, no doubt, it meant that they was stern about what they was saying. They was going to move on what they was going, whatever it was, you know, whatever it was the no doubt. And it was kind of like a slight rebuke in a way. And we have a way of doing these things as humans anyway. But that kind of energy, right? Confusion and controversy is trying to create a place in you where doubt can attack you. So,
Well, you know, I was talking to one of our fellow sisters yesterday, and I was explaining how, you know, I feel like right now in these spiritual streets, you know, the air is very thick. You know, I feel like you can feel the energy of projection if you're a divine being, right? And you have literally been working hard to be in your highest vibration. Right now, you probably feel the energy of projection because God is not playing. See, people that are out here running around thinking they can just tear up the world, tear up people's lives, and just tear things up. Well, see, the time now has come where these things have to be settled. These debts have to be settled. We can't just have this happening. So I feel like right now you could be feeling a lot of energy of projection from people that did things to you, you know, of things you've done to yourself, right? It's just a projection energy, but I feel like it's very important to stay courageous right now. It's very important to remember who God is and what his promise is to you in your life, right? Because right now the enemy is working very hard to trick us, right? To trick us that, you know, all of the work we have been putting in is not going to benefit us, you know, that everything is going to come crashing down even though you've been working so hard. So I feel like Spirit is wanting you to keep going, right? Be courageous is what I'm hearing.
Before we leave off of this, confusion, how can you deal with it? Well, confusion is something that's taking place in you, right? That you become confused solely,
That's right.
alone. So in order for you to deal with the confusion, it's a need for you to sit with yourself.
Woo.
You have to,
That's
first
a
of
hard
all, begin, and it leads into the next one. You gotta sit with yourself. You gotta be willing to look at yourself, and you gotta really, really see that you are confused, right? Now, as far as controversy, it's always best to let spirit deal with that. Controversy involves people,
That's right.
right? And when you're trying to move in a confused energy and straighten out controversy, you adding to it.
That's right. Fuel to the
You
fire.
add fuel to the fire. You'll never look strong facing that kind of adversity. It'll only make you look weaker. So when it's controversy and you confused, before you can even begin to deal with controversy, you kind of got to get out of the mode of confusion. Confusion is solely, individually. Deal with that first. And then as you balance yourself, you can allow spirit to deal with the controversy. Because your ancestors, which is a part of spirit team, right, so to speak, but they the ones that do the work. When it comes to dealing with controversy, they the best at it. But you have to be vibrating high enough to associate with those energies. Like, if you low vibrational, there's no way a high vibrational ancestor gonna move with you.
That's real.
It's not. They're gonna try to get you to get in alignment. But when you willfully begin to vibrate high, trust me, wherever there's controversy, you allow them in it. So they go there and they sort out the hearts of men. Like, they change things. Like, the opinion of you, it begins to change without you moving. That's for controversy.
The longer you reject that energy, the harder life is, you know?
Indeed.
Because, you know, energy doesn't die, right?
Number 3, you cannot hide underneath of the covers from the real darkness. And this is reaching forth to the energy of someone in the dark night of the soul.
Been there before.
Now let me explain this to you. The darkness that we talking about, like, first of all, religion. Religion is not a place that shelters you from the things that you have to go through in life to build you, or the karma that you receive from doing karmic things. Because that's trying to, you know, as a child, you try to go under the covers to shield yourself from what's going on in the real darkness of the room, right? Because it's the real darkness, and that's what we do. We have a tendency we get these covers that we hide underneath of. It's always best to experience the darkness. Therefore, you can see it's an illusion. See, I remember as a kid, y'all, I had this instance, even in this download, Spirit reminds me, it brings memory to my aid. I was in a room and it was a plastic bag, and every time the light went out, I used to swear this plastic bag would move or turn into something, and you couldn't tell me that it was, and I was literally horrified of it, right? And then I remember one of my elders, it was an elder male that used to pass through my house, and he said, "This thing ain't real," and he went and punched it, and he said, "Get up and stick your finger right in it. It ain't real," right? But you know what he did? He helped me at that stage in my life, because the next night that the light went out, right, I had a little pocket watch. I cut on a light and I went over there and I poked a hole in it.
That's right.
And I could see the illusion, but it was many a nights as a child, I would go under the covers and be like, it's gonna move, it's gonna move. And this is what we do as adults in reality. Like, it's very relevant. Like, we try to hide under the covers. When you're going through a dark night of the soul, meaning everything around you is crumbling, you could be bound by a certain substance. It could be sexual. It could be material, right? It could be something that binds you to no end, to the point where as though you look at it and you like, if I keep going this way, I'm not going to make it, right? This is the energy of a dark night of the soul, but it's the greatest lesson.
It really is.
And that kind of energy, right, you have very, very high, powerful, high vibrational ancestors pitting against very low vibrational ancestors, right? They're the ones that don't believe in you. They don't want to change. They want you to fail, right?
They fail.
They fail, and they don't have hopes of changing, so they linger around our lives and they influence us. But as you begin a dark night of the soul, that's divinity giving you a chance, because it shows you to be formidable, right? Every day that you get up and you push through your dark night of the soul,
Perseverance.
the perseverance is leading to protection. See, it's meant for you to go through that kind of energy,
That's real.
because it's a lesson. On the other side of a dark night of the soul, it's a level up, a lesson learned, and the most biggest word that I can think of is dominion.
And a blessing earned.
Blessing earned. And you know what dominion is? Dominion is like, let's just say you're struggling with an addiction and you go through it, your dark night of the soul, and then you walk above it. I mean, literally, really, you walk above it. Not you walk entangled with it. You walk above it. To where though even if walking above it means that even if you associate with it, you balance yourself out. So you have divine presence, right? Because that's the reality of what I'm saying. Dominion comes in many shapes, forms, and fashions. But what you have when you have true dominion, you have the ability to reach others that go through it. Now, nobody can do that like a person that has gained dominion. That's like, you know, even sports. Somebody likes sports. But just say football, right? You know, when you go through football, NFL, make a name for yourself, and then it come time, you know, your body breakdown or whatever, your memory, right, it shows forth as it's true. So it's like that person, you have to hear what they have to say because they got dominion over the gridiron. They did everything that they had. They put their numbers up, kind of like a Deion Sanders energy, like, you know, like that kind of energy. But nevertheless, the dark night of the soul is an energy that's meant to be embraced. Okay, like it's not. The divine is not putting you in a situation for you to die. It's a situation where you have to make decisions, right? But the power is there to make the decisions. But along with this, it's showing you an area where you have to change.
That's right.
The dark night, remember dark night of the, you know them days when you wake up and you bound? I'm talking about, you like, man.
I don't want to brush my teeth. I don't want to wash my face.
No, I'm stuck. Like, I'm just.
Do nothing. I don't feel like you just want the blinds closed. You don't want no contact with the outside world.
It's a chance in that. The divine is giving you a chance even in that. But it requires you to raise your frequency to meet the blessing. It's like the blessing right here.
That's real.
You here. God ain't gonna do much more. Like, you know, we got to show the will to shimmy on up to this level to meet the blessing. Because if we linger down here in the dark night of the soul energy, who knows how long you trapped there?
That's real.
See, that dark night could be a dark year of the soul.
That's real.
Number 4. So I was looking through the spiritual demonstration, so to speak, and the word Malokia came up. It's a form of maleficum, right? Maleficum is very evil and intended energy. It's kind of like the energy of the demonic flowing, right? So evil eye, Malokia, right? People use it, right? It's a form of maleficum that can bring harm in many spiritual ways. Number 1, Spirit says body shaming. Do you know when you look at your body and you're not pleased, you aim maleficum? That's called Malokia. That's evil eye on yourself, right? You know, evil eye is known as the glance of malice, right? And we do it to our children. Spirit says it's right. We all guilty of it pretty much, right? Now, just know, if evil eye is an energy that rests in like we all have different energies. Some people, they born with the ability to cause havoc with their eyes, right? Some people pray, they become aware of it in certain cultures, and they pray that God release them from it because they don't want to look on people they own. Some people blind themselves, don't even want to look at their children because they have this energy. So how many of us do it? Like the kids get out of line and we, right? I recognize it, yeah, even in myself. Now, it's like, well, how do you deal with that? So Matthew 6 and 9, it gives reference to the Lord's Prayer, and a spiritual is a beer bath remedy, a beer bath. So you will have to look that up yourself. I'm not permitted to give out no energy like that. But a beer bath is a good remedy for malokia if you're not going to be consciously aware of it. And Spirit says, moreover, if you know you send an evil eye, learn how to send a blessing. Because it's an unintentional reflex as well, right? As I read about it, it's something we do. Like we just, and you know, some people, they got that energy. You don't even want them to look at you like that. Because you know it's like, my grandmother was like that. I'm going to keep it funky, but she just look at you and
you heard me.
It feel like my whole day.
My mom too.
Man, I'll be like, I'm going to go. I'm messing around and not farewell today. Let me go ahead on in early. But nevertheless, it's the energy of Maleficum, right? And Maleficum is an energy that I think every powerful spiritual person is tapped into that kind of energy. Let's be real. Like, ain't nobody walk. But it's about being aware of oneself. Like, if you know you got the ability to send destructive energy, send a blessing. The blessing is greater. It's like, you know, like, it's about balance, y'all. Like, what flows out of you is what's going to defile you at the end of the day. And that's true. That's real. That's scientifically and everything. Because you could speak energy to a plant, right? And if I can speak, right, you could speak energy to make a plant flourish. You can speak energy to make a plant grow stagnant, right? So if you can do that, what's coming out of you that's doing that? That's defiling you. See, you be defiled. That you know what that degree is saying? It's more about the land that we speak against, honestly, because if what I'm saying is breeding death, I'm defiling myself.
Right.
I'm defiled from within. If I speak the energy of death to everything and everybody around me, I'm defiling myself.
That's real. That's why affirmations are so important. You know, they are so important because, you know, in our human nature, it's so easy to just get wrapped up in saying the wrong shit to ourselves, you know, like when we're going through things, you know, we were trained by people that were broken most of the time. So, you know, we weren't taught to speak high vibrational things, even in low vibrational situations. But if we can change that now, we can change, you know, we can change things. We can really change things. You know, that's why it's very important to speak positive over your life. You know, I am worthy. You know, I am somebody. You know, whatever it is your affirmations may be daily, I think it's very important to stick to those because, you know, as we go through life, things are hard throughout the day, you know, and sometimes we forget who we are in certain moments. And I feel like if we constantly remind ourselves of who we are able to respond better to things. Because it's hard to respond, you know, in a positive manner all the time, you know, especially when things are, you know, someone's saying something you don't like, or, you know, someone could be saying something that's real, or maybe it just hits you because it's an area you need to work on. I know, you know, when some real words come to me, I can feel them, and I'm like, ooh, you know, so.
You know, like, and affirmations is good. Like High Priest was speaking about affirmations. Now, I want you to really realize affirmations are good, but affirmations can be binding, right? Because if I say I'm great every day, right? I set the bar pretty high. Now, if I say I'm new to life in this way and I don't understand many things, right? You know what I become then? I become a receptor of a very positive. See, if I say I'm great, the universe could be testing you at the point of being great. If that's your affirmation, how many of us have affirmations that center around I'm new, or I need help, I need assistance with the way I'm processing things, or even I'm sorry, right? And with the kind of energy that's really real, like, I'm sorry. Because like I said, we in touch with so many energies, and we could, as a chosen one, as a person that the divine marred, if you hear, you are that. You gotta realize the good you send is tempered by the evil you send. You have the ability to send both, and if you don't understand that, you're gonna veer on the side of being very evil.
That's real.
Honestly, you gotta understand your balance. But nevertheless, let me move out of there. Number 5, the hidden motive lies in the fact that they cannot love you out loud. I don't know who that's for, but the hidden motive, it lies in the fact that they cannot love you out loud. So you can be dealing with a person that always want to keep everything under wraps, or it's kind of like a person that has, how you can see a person, yeah, and you can see their motive, right? And they try to convince you that, well, this is the best way to do it, right? Always be aware of that. Because if the best way to do it consists of keeping me hidden or silent, that can't be the best way to do it. How can somebody silence an energy that's so big? So beware of that. Like, if a person is like, their love is not out loud, the motive lies in the fact that they can't take it there. Like, why can't you love me out loud? That's the question that you have to ask. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, it's nothing wrong. Don't let a person put you in a stereo, because see, men, we be quick to do this. Oh no, I don't want to be seen, or I don't want to do that, or I don't want to be. But if a person is active, and let's say social media, if they active on social media and they post everything in their life already, but beside you, is a motive in that. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's reality. Because as a man, if a man is a poster, so to speak, he posts on social media, he posts the things he loves, he posts the things. If he claim he love you and you not on this poster's page, right, so to speak, I don't know, that's what Spirit say. If you're not on a poster's page,
that's real.
The motive lies in that fact.
And vice versa.
And vice versa, yeah. I mean, I don't really know how women express themselves, but I know that women, they often be in the same old energy where they have this motive of trying to love you on the low, or, like, and all of it is, Spirit says, hogwash. If a person loud and they ain't loving you with the loudness that they live in, is a motive in it.
It's real.
Number 6, divine masculine beets and walnuts could be significant in increasing your performance, as well as less indulgence. So maybe drinking too much, could be watching too much porn, could be, you could be just like, men indulge in different things. You could be playing a game too much. Like, I'm hearing the game. You could be on a game a lot, But beets and walnuts could bring you back around, right? Yeah, it could be significant. And for divine feminine, you could be overstimulated in ways that are drawing you away from your passion. So you could be just overstimulated by a lot of different things, right? You too, it could be a need to not watch porn, if that's the case, for a while. Or it could just be being overstimulated with life. Like life's pressures, overthinking. It could be drawing you away from passion. So number 6 is in the area of passion for divine masculine and divine feminine, which was love. So number 7, and then we out of here. Manifestations are most productive and potent at the conception of thought and the physical manifestation. So what about the energy in between? It's a lot that goes on. All right. So remember, when you manifesting, when you first conceive it, it's very potent. You know, when it's in your mind and you conceiving it as a thought, it's very potent. And at the point when it comes into fruition, it's very potent. Now, in between, it could be a series of different energies. That's why it's important to stay focused on what you manifesting. Because just because I say I want to manifest something, guess what you're going to have to be manifesting as well? What if it's lessons that need to come along with what you're manifesting? They got to come in too. All that's a part of it. And some of them lessons, they may feel obscure to you. Like it might be like, well, why am I here? And I had to go through this. Remember, this is what you're manifesting. So it's potent at the thought. Because see, at the thought, we think it, we see it. Boom, this is what we doing. We're going to do that. It's very potent. As you begin to move through, it's not that potent as it would be at the stage of conception. Now, when you bring that thing through and it come into fruition, again, it's potent, right? And it's productive. So we got to learn overall, y'all, that the in-between time of manifesting, it's a lot of different energies. So remain focused. Those were your downloads. Hope they resonated. Before we get out of here, though, I'm going to get her to pull a couple cards.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all done kicked the camera. I heard Tiffany. I just heard, have you ever loved someone so much you thought you cried, giving so much love? I know, babe. You ain't the only one. Tell me, do you ever dream of candy coated raindrops?
You're the same.
My candy red. This could be significant. I just heard that. Okay, someone just listen to that. Y'all funny. I like when y'all little stuff be coming through. There's something about the color blue.
Give me some of that. I just heard the name Rollo, Demetrius. Gary could be significant. Logan. The month of June could be significant. Scorpion moon.
Pisces rising. I just say Big Bird. Someone likes Big Bird. Spirit, what's the message for the collective? Let's see. What's that? Okay, so we have the hawk showing up for you. Okay? Messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend into new heights. I feel like, yes, Spirit is sending you all kinds of messages right now, Divine Being. Okay? I feel like you could be getting a lot of downloads in the shower right now. I feel like, water really gives us a connectivity to God. So I feel like, there's someone that literally when you get in the shower, you are getting a lot of downloads here. But there's something about the hawk, okay? A messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision. There's something about your third eye chakra here. Okay? You could definitely be a Pisces in my energy. I'm picking up high priestess energy. You could be a high priestess in my energy. Okay? Let's see. The hawk. Oshun is in the building. Something about Oshun is here. Okay? You could be a child of Oshun is what I'm picking up. Okay. So we have the Eight of Swords coming out for you. Okay? You could be in the energy of feeling really trapped and, tied up. You could be feeling like, you're just tied up in life. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough time is what I'm picking up. There's someone that feels like you just don't have enough time. Enough time in a day, enough time in a week. You feel like, you are trapped. I feel like you could be wanting to be free here and, I feel like you are free though. I feel like, you could feel trapped, but really Spirit is really blessing you here, okay, in your situation. You could be having to spend a lot of time on whatever, but I feel like it is really molding you for something. But it could be frustrating for you right now. Yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I told you, it's really molding you for something here. So you could be feeling trapped. Like, I'm picking up a person that you might work a lot of hours here. Okay? You could be like, just always busy and feeling like you never have free time. Now, Spirit is saying make some free time for yourself here, Divine Being. But there's something about, you get into it, okay? There's something about a dove. Someone has a white dove, okay? This could be like a pet in your home here, okay? There is also someone, you can literally have like on a white dress today or white scrubs or something. You could be a nurse. Shout out to all the nurses here. But yeah, with the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like, this is an energy of, really, I feel projection, because to go from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles with the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, I feel like it's heavy projection. I feel like there is a lot of energy that wants you to feel like you're trapped, you're stuck, you're confused, but whatever you're building is, it's like the energy of giving you a life that you desire here. There's something about, you being luxurious, you receiving luxurious things, right? You being high maintenance, you being a person that works hard, you being a person that deserves things, right? I'm talking about material, tangible things as well, okay? We got Leo energy here with the Lion. Okay, there's something about, I feel like there's an energy that wants you like still, okay? I can feel like an energy over here that wants you to be still and stagnant. But with the King of Wands coming out, Spirit is saying that you have to keep moving. The King of Wands doesn't even sit on his throne. He's like, in this card, he's literally standing up ready to go with a lion in the back of him, okay? He doesn't have time to sit down even though he's a king. He doesn't just sit around on a throne. He's ready for whatever. And I feel like, spiritually, you could be going through warfare right now, okay? A lot of it. There's someone, literally, your dream state has like been battleground, okay? There's something about you needing to make the right decisions even in your dream. I feel like with this Eight of Swords energy here as well, I feel like someone's dream state is being affected. I feel like someone could be up late at night, not really able to sleep. I feel like there's someone literally even drinking coffee so that they don't go to sleep. Someone's having like night terrors. Okay? Something could have happened that was very, very frightening. And you could literally have been up like the last 2 weeks is what I'm picking up. Okay? Someone could have had like a near-death experience here. I'm sorry that happened to you. Let's see. We got Aries energy out here. So the Six of Swords is coming out for you. Yeah, I told you there's something about, like, you know, there's something traumatic that could have happened. There's something that is making you feel trapped, making you feel stuck and bound. But I see greatness here for you. I literally see spirit giving you things. I'm talking about tangible things. Like someone literally just moved. You just moved into a new home. There's someone else that like did some remodeling to your home, you know, which is such a great blessing, especially at a time right now where things are so expensive, right? We take everything for granted, but you know, these things that are happening to you right now in real time should really be, you know, appreciated. I feel like with the hawk and messenger, spirit is sending you a message to open up your eyes and see the greater vision. So there's a lot of things that you're being blessed with here abundantly. And I feel like maybe you can't see everything, okay? Now, with the Six of Swords here coming out for you, I feel like, you know, ancestors. I feel like the ancestors are here for you. They're ready to carry you. They're ready to move you on to the next chapter of your life if you are willing to accept them. And I told you there's something about you working so very hard, okay? I feel like you could be in the energy of receiving things and may feel like you don't deserve them, or maybe you haven't received some things that you feel like you deserve just yet, right? Yeah, with the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck here, yeah, there could be like just a lot of outside energies around here is what I'm picking up. Okay, you could be like really trying to think of ways to just be happy right now, to be at peace. I'm seeing someone reading a book, someone's reading a new book, someone's studying. Okay, there's someone you're literally in creative energy, like you are very passionate about creating, and I feel like, you know, there could even be an anxiety about whatever you are creating. Okay, but it's literally bringing you the Nine of Pentacles, and you're coming out as the King of Wands. I feel like, you know, this is a spread of a person that is receiving things, but maybe you don't see them just yet, but I can see everything you've been investing in. It's like you've been spending time investing into something here, and you could be feeling nervous that it's not going to manifest for you, but I feel like things are manifesting in divine timing here. Look, the world, I told you, there's something about achievement, you achieving something here. Okay, I feel like, you know, you're spiritually ascending again. I feel like I'm talking to a person where you just keep ascending. God just keeps putting you on the next level because you are being available, right? There's something about you being available to God, and that's why I feel like you have a lot of dark energies trying to attack you in your dream state. Okay, there's something about make sure you make the right choice in your dream state. There's a lot of energy that just literally wants to confuse you. There's a lot of energy that wants you to feel like you can't move, like it has you in a chokehold, when God is literally moving everything in your life right here for you. Okay. Yeah, we have remembrance coming out for you. Number 38, you could be 38 years old. Okay, the frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. So there's something about you remembering your past life. Okay, I feel like I'm talking to a person where, you know, you fucked up the first time, you failed, you have messed so many things up, and God gave you another opportunity. And I feel like in this lifetime you are looking for success, and that's why the world is here for you. And I feel like for you, success is spiritual, right? I feel like you could be a person that you've already had money before. Maybe you lost it, maybe you got it back, right? Whatever it is, you know, I'm not here to really look into your financial situation right now, because what I see is, I see a person that's receiving spiritual abundance right here. I see a person that is getting so connected to God. It's like there's someone that literally remembrance, you know, you are even like remembering things from your childhood, and I feel like it's helping you heal. You know, you've been doing a lot of shadow work. Okay, I'm picking up a lot of shadow work, and this could be why your dreams are so vivid right now. Okay, you're literally, it's like, you know, a part of yourself is dying here. Okay? There's like a part of yourself that's dying. It's like the old you. It's like, you know, people thought you were this one version of yourself, but it's like you are something totally different here. And I feel like there's a lot of energies that want you to think otherwise, that want you in a low vibration, that want you to feel like all of your hard work is not seen. You know, there's as hard as you've been working, you are seen. And I feel like there is energy watching you everywhere. You know, I feel like there's a lot of speculations going on. I feel like there's a lot of gossip going on with the Page of Swords. I feel like there's just a lot of energy, but I feel like you, whoever you are focused here, okay? You could really be like trying to manifest the life you desire. There is something about, you know, grounding. You know, we always speak about grounding here. It's very, very important. You can need to literally take a book and go to outside in your yard and just get a book with your bare feet and sit in the ground and read a book, right? It can make you really feel connected to source. Right here is what I'm picking up. Okay. Let's see. As well, excuse me, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. So Spirit is wanting you to know that you are safe, okay? No matter what the situation looks like, only good will come out of it because God only creates good things. See, the energy of evil wants to trick you and wants you to think that everything, the covenant that you and God have made is not real, right? But that is between you and God. And I feel like, you know, Spirit is really wanting you to feel that you are safe because good will come out of your situation. Okay? There's someone wondering, like, do I only get bad karma? But I feel like no. I feel like good karma is here for you. Maybe you can't recognize it. That's why the hawk came out. Something about opening your spiritual eye, right? I'm talking to a person where, you know, literally God has been providing everything for you because you've been coming up short every time. Like, let's be real. You know, you've been coming up short, but with the grace of God, he's been providing every time. So there's something about, you know, using that spiritual eye. I'm hearing gratitude, you know, be a little bit more thankful, divine being. Okay. We have the number 9 is here. Okay. So perseverance is very important. Keep pushing through, keep fighting. You know, I feel like this energy right here is solid. You know, and solid energy, evil always wants to find a way to get in and break it, right? Like that kind of energy. But I feel like this energy is solid. I feel like there is definitely, like I said, some kind of message in your dream state for sure. God could be really trying to connect with you through different type of animals. I see a lot of animals in your reading here as well. There could be someone that just literally purchased like a new reptile is what I'm seeing here. Okay. This could be like a lizard or a bearded dragon or something. I do also see something about candle work here. Spirit is saying if you are practicing candle work to be very, very careful. Make sure you blow your candles out, okay? That's pretty much what I have for you guys. It's good energy here. I would say going forward, you know, be mindful. I told you in these spiritual streets, the energy is very thick, it's very real out here for people that are on, you know, the bad side of karma. So that projection energy is very thick. It's not your own energy. Keep your spirit protected. Keep your energy up. We love you, divine being. God bless you. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a heart. We love you. Ashe. Mm-hmm.